Alright, so for today's build, I've got Striker Titan with Code of the Missile, aka the Yeet Boy. But, so starting off, I mean, there's nothing you can really mess with until Arc 3.0 comes out, but of course, Middle Tree is the quote unquote fragments and aspects you'll be running. And for the mods, we're going to start off with Helmet. You're going to run Melee Wellmaker with double hands on, so you'll need your helmet to be an arc affinity. Um, and then a melee mod because you're going to want to have max strength for this build because it all revolves around you basically just constantly dive bombing your enemies. Great for ag clear. You're going to wipe out almost everything, and what doesn't survive is going to be followed up with a great couple of shots from Fourth Horseman or your sword or whatever. But not many things are going to survive. Going into your gauntlets, you're going to run Arc Affinity as well. Picking up a Arc Elemental Well causes your next melee to do increased damage. So you're going to dive bomb with that melee well maker. You're going to spawn an arc mod or an arc well. That will then cause your next dive bomb or yeet to do increased damage. And then momentum transfer, causing damage with your grenade, reduces your melee cooldown. So if by some off chance, usually it's just the first one that you have to get the ball rolling to get that first elemental well mod or elemental well, that you might have to throw a grenade or pop your barricade to get a little extra melee energy. But once you're charged with light, you're set. Like, there's so little downtime if you're running this build with max strength. It's incredible. Going into my choice of exotic, if you want, you could run Insurmountable Skull Fort for the health regen, but it kind of circumvents a lot of these mods. It'd be a completely different build, and Falling Curious is just such a powerful exotic for your super. So the mods I run are Arc Affinity as well as the first two things, but heavy-handed, so while you're charged with light, you regain half your melee energy, and then whenever you initiate your melee, it consumes one stack of charged with light, giving you back half of your melee. And usually this season, I would be running Thermoshock Plating, but by slotting in that arc resistance, we're also getting the added benefit of, while you're surrounded with multiple combatants, defeating a combatant with a fusion rifle, shotgun, keyword shotgun, sidearm or submachine gun adds ammo for that weapon into your reserves. So basically, you kill someone with Fourth Horseman while you're surrounded, another shot goes into that magazine. So it's almost like having subsistence without actually having it. And then, since you're going to be up close and personal, I like to run Concussive Dampener for AoEs and stuff, but another good option would also be melee damage resistance in case something survives and tries to hit you back. But usually they get like stunned or knocked up in the air, so you usually got like a couple of seconds to breathe in between. Going into the boots, Arc Affinity, actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure almost all of these armor pieces are Arc Affinities. But Well of Striking, picking up a Arc Elemental Well grants you additional melee energy. Multiple copies increase the mod. We're not running multiple copies. But whenever you spawn that melee well off of your first dive bomb, you're picking it up, getting that extra arc energy for your melee, getting that charge of light, and it snowballs so hard once you get that first melee well. It's so nice. And then Shotgun Scavenger, because Fourth Horseman does tend to run out of ammo a little quick for what I wish it would be, but oh well. Invigoration, reduce melee cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power. There's not really that much else that you can run as far as mods go, so I just plugged it in there just to have something there in case there is that rare orb of light now that they're so hard to find. And then finally, your class item. Also arc affinity, so I run elemental charge, so whenever you create that melee well, you pick it up, you get charged light, you get 2 stacks, and since heavy-handed only requires 1, you're always going to have a charge with light in reserve. So on the off chance that you don't kill anything, or you miss, or something happens, you sneeze, and you go the wrong direction, you still have another shot with your charge with light, so you already have half your melee back and you're ready to set up again. Outreach reduces melee cooldown energy while using your class ability. I run double of these because there's not really much else to run unless you just want to. But this is really useful for that initial melee that I keep talking about. Whenever you don't have charge of light, you don't have any wells going or anything, so you do your dive bomb, pick up that well, the, what's it called, Well of Striking gives you back a little amount of melee energy. On top of, you can pop your barricade or throw your grenade, and that'll get you right back up. And then you're rolling with charge with light, and it's just so easy. As far as your weapons go, I do not currently have a good roll of a weapon that I like, but I would recommend either a submachine gun or a auto rifle with swashbuckler, since you're always going to be killing things with your melee, getting that huge, nice damage buff. The exotic, I feel like a lot of people, anytime they're talking about melee-based builds, they always go for Monte Carlo, but it's definitely not needed if you run 100 intellect and the heavy-handed mods and the Well of Striking. Everything just blends so well. So I like Fourth Horseman. I feel like it's a really underused weapon, and it's super fun to me. So I use Fourth Horseman for this build. And your heavy can be really whatever you want. But I would recommend a sword since you're going to be up close and personal. Don't have to worry about blowing yourself up with the rocket. Linear fusions, I feel like, don't really fit that kind of build. This is kind of a hit hard, hit fast, not precision-based build. So I just like running swords, and chain reaction is kind of like a fun little perk I like to mess with. So, last but not least, Destiny. I just think that this build, like with the ornament and everything, looks really cool with the shaders, and it gives me kind of a magical elven knight-esque feel to it, I suppose. And I looked at the armor, and I just thought it blended so well, so this was what I ended up deciding to go with for this build. And that is your Arc Titan Yeet Boy build. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.